Hello and welcome to Getting Schwifty. I'm your host. I'm Pete. With Squanchy and Mr. Poopy Butthole, or as they're more referred to as.
I'm Will. You will know me.
I'm Jacob.
Yeah, we don't
welcome.
We're not giving a fuck. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
This is our Rick and Morty podcast. We're covering episode 307, the Ricklantis Mixup. Ricklantis Mixup, yeah, that one.
And Morty's Mind Blowers.
That's the one. Someone knows what he's talking about.
Thank God.
The rest of us, we turn up, talk whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, two of the best episodes of the show.
Yeah, two of my favourite. No, not even two. My two favourite of this season so far.
But yeah, the Sittler one probably was one of my favourite ones, perhaps of the entire season altogether, the whole series altogether.
Yeah,
because
that was a really good episode.
Yeah, all the storylines were perfectly, because they weren't overly long as well, and the themes of Rick's and Morty's being pit against each other.
Yeah,
and they're not exactly doing what they're supposed to. And you had one guy who's working in a factory. He's a Rick. What's he doing there? He's just putting a lever. What?
So many nice little references in there as well.
Oh yeah,
we had Training Day.
Yeah.
Stand By Me, Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
What else?
But you could say
the campaign as well.
Yeah.
Was parodying something.
Yeah, like the US presidential campaigns.
Yeah.
And not just not just Trump, but it's
the political system in general.
Yeah, because it's crazy in general.
Yeah.
But it's Soylent Green as well, almost using. It wasn't exactly, because also they were using his dreams.
Yeah.
And they were being honest about it.
Yeah, it's
there was no hiding it.
Yeah.
We got the clip with the Mortys as well, climbing out of the school.
We
finally figured out what that one was from.
Yeah.
I was always confused how they were going to do that, and I quite like it.
Yeah, because that's an intro, but
we still need to see the two summers.
Yeah. It could be the next episode, because we haven't really seen anything from the Federation or those Federation aliens.
Yeah, true.
Not since the very first episode of season 3.
Not since the unveiling of Phoenix Man.
Which we haven't seen
or
that.
a Phoenix person.
Yeah.
I don't know, I can see this leading into the finale quite easily.
Oh yeah.
But I really like the way that they completely made up for the Pickle Rick advertisements here.
Yeah.
Where they threw a curveball. You did not see this episode coming at all.
Yeah, just when they were doing the Ricklantis thing, and they were like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. We're doing a separate adventure. We're going to go to Atlantis." And then when it cut to the Citadel, I was like, "I know what you're doing here. I know what you're doing." And then at the end, when it pops out, it goes, "Oh man, Atlantis was great."
But there's the whole evil Morty
reveal.
Thing. Yeah, that was fantastic. I only really got to it really once he was actually at the presidential table. The rest I thought it was it was just essentially political satire.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on the evil Morty bit until towards the end, really.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on it until when the private investigator Rick gave him the envelope, and I was like, oh.
I don't know, I clocked on pretty early. It was around the debate sort of scene.
Yeah.
With where all the Ricks were making fun of him. I kind of clocked on there.
Yeah.
I know exactly what's going to go down, but still, it was when the music started playing in the finale, but with just the end of the episode, it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah,
it's so well done.
I suppose you could say it was called a 3-step reveal. So you picked up on it during the actual campaigning.
Yeah.
You picked up on the investigation. I picked up on almost
when he got revealed.
when he started slaughtering all the other Ricks.
I did like that scene. It kind of reminded me of, the Masters scene when he's the Prime Minister?
Yeah.
And he gasses them all, and he's just there, with his thumbs up.
Yeah.
Just so sinister.
Yeah.
Kind of hoping because it was the Steve Jobs Rick which survived.
Yeah.
And what the other one was?
I can't remember.
No.
But I know they've got the Training Day police officer Rick still in there, and I think he's going to play a much bigger role as time goes on. By the looks of it.
I think.
Well, that story was great as well, because that Morty, but they were going, "Oh jeez, oh geez," it wasn't a way they were describing it. It's like, "Oh, I'm just looking out here. Oh jeez, I'm just trying to help find these things. Oh geez, you seem like you're just trying to. Oh, your partner. Oh, he's my partner.
Not my Rick.
Yeah.
I think it really points out just how smart Morty is.
Yeah.
Everyone underestimates him, and this is the episode that really drove that home. We had a lot of examples of different Mortys that from different backgrounds and how we've sort of grown up.
Well, I liked the whole wishing portal thing that just turned out to be the trash disposal.
It makes sense though.
Yeah.
What do you want for your wish? I took my panini maker in. What do you want? 1,000 sandwiches.
Yes,
I see the irony.
It's like, I would like incest porn to be more mainstream for a friend.
Now that's a callback, actually.
Yeah.
To the first Evil Morty episode, when they're handing out the books for the Good Morty. There's a little terrible parody of a Christian comic, and it's the Morty with the glasses looking at a computer, and another Morty comes in. And he's like, "Oh, I don't think we should be looking at sites like these." It's like, it's fine, whatever. And if you look closely, you can also see a picture of Summer in Incest Morty's locker. I don't know why we're calling him that. It's probably a pretty terrible name. But
with either glasses Morty and it's... So yeah, he's the only one with glasses that we've seen.
Yeah.
But it's pretty weird.
It's really funny.
Oh yeah, but it's just like... Oh.
I like the fat Morty was like, I thought I was left-handed, Morty.
Yeah.
I saw something on this. I'm trying to remember. It was a really big thing about a left-handed Morty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. When the campaign manager Morty goes to assassinate Evil Morty, the president, he uses the gun. He shakes his hand with his right hand. He's right-handed, and he shoots him with his left.
Yeah.
And that's why he didn't kill him. Because he used his left hand, and all Mortys are right-handed.
Yeah. Apart from left-handed.
So there you go. There's something that fits in together.
Yeah.
But to the creepy Morty as well, like, Morty's dancing with Morty, like, one Morty like a massive beard, it's like, it's a great time. Yeah. Who are you? Morty? Not you, Morty. Another Morty. No.
I liked the bouncer Mortys. The ones just ripped.
It was just muscly as hell.
Oh, that was just. There's so many the little stories just work so well together. Even like this, like the Simple Ricks, and that was just.
Simple Rick Tall Morty.
It was a Harry Potter reference, wasn't it? Severus Snape was the teacher.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if it's always been like this in the Citadel, or if this is just post it being shut down by Rick.
Yeah. One person that said, "How long have you worked here?" He said 15 years.
Yeah.
So clearly, this system must have been in place prior to
Rick, for a while,
ripping it up.
And when the Council of Ricks was like, the ones at the end said, we don't care who sits in that chair, we control this. Said, we always have, we always will do. And
which
then, pew, 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 pew.
I find it really interesting, but it's also the fact that none of them can leave.
Yeah.
And it's a very confusing way of looking at it.
Well, because the portal guns are restricted.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that explains why our Rick is such a rogue.
Yeah.
Because there aren't actually that many that are going out and having adventures anymore.
Well, there was that one Rick who was trying to, like, the drug dealer.
The bootleg.
Yeah, was trying to... And because he messed it up, he ended up getting himself killed.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's like all these versions of Ricks and Mortys are essentially just trapped on this space station.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously it's like social commentary, but, it's like the slums, or it's like the poor working class.
Yeah, it's just weird how it all works. Like, what permits you to be a Rick that's allowed to go out on adventures and stuff?
And like, what makes because you saw Rick on the bus, and then you saw the Rick in the car, eating like sushi or whatever as he was driving.
There's nothing stopping them just leaving.
Yeah,
but I mean, I guess there is.
It's just what makes the Ricks different when they're all
the same.
Yeah,
except for Tall Morty.
Yeah.
And possibly new favourite character.
So I wonder, because it's surely the Ricks that we've seen in the past on previous episodes, I wonder if are they all like dead now, or are you just thinking they're all just gone? Because we saw Cowboy Morty was seen like season 1 with his Cowboy Rick.
Yeah.
So it must be Cowboy Rick must have been killed, because he's like slumming it in the creepy Morty like dancing.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking it's gotten a lot worse since our Rick sort of shut down everything in the first episode. I'm thinking that the standard of living used to be higher there.
Yeah.
And since then they've had to put more restrictions in place, possibly.
I did like the way he destroyed the Citadel by crashing it into a Federation base.
Just spawn it in the right place. It's perfect.
Because there was little debris from the actual Galactic Federation
scattered about.
Yeah, when you saw everyone being put out of the airlock, you could spot little Easter eggs here and there.
Yeah.
And they were training to like shoot Federation onto those soldiers or
Yeah.
personnel, because obviously Federation must be around in some sort
Yeah.
if they're still training to fight them.
I liked the fact, just in case nobody got it until right at the end, they had the evil Morty reveal right at the end as well, when you saw the pictures floating in space next to the other Morty.
We even saw the Inspector Rick, that one.
Yeah.
We found out was also was spaced as well, because he was like just before. And
People are saying that was done on purpose, though. Like evil Morty set up the assassination attempt,
Right.
in order to gain sympathy to swing the votes because he was going to lose.
Possibly.
but the Secret Service Ricks did say it was pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think, oh, it's a blowout, like pun. What? So close. Leave the joke. Leave the jokes.
It's like, oh, what are you with the joke patrol now? I did really enjoy that episode. I think that might be my favourite. Probably one of my favourite of all time.
It's definitely up there. It's definitely broken like the top 3 for me.
Don't think it beats out the Parasites episode though. For me, that's a brilliant episode.
Yeah,
If I had to rank
Parasites-
all-time favourite episodes, Meeseeks is never going to be beaten.
Oh, Meeseeks. Yeah.
Meeseeks and Destroy is just like... It's just... They peaked.
Oh, yeah,
The show is still
Meeseeks,
getting
look at
better,
me.
but I don't think they're ever going to attain something that funny again.
Yeah. I like all the drawings and stuff you see of Meeseeks. One of my favourite ones was Meeseeks trying to teach a stormtrooper to shoot.
Oh, I've seen those.
And
That's a really cool design.
And there's just a target with not one blaster hit on it.
Oh, classic Meeseeks.
Yeah.
Well, talking about Meeseeks, then the next episode, the Mind Blowers.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, when they're trapped in Rick and Morty, are trapped in those like containers.
Yeah.
There's actually a Meeseeks in like one of the little containers.
Yeah.
So it's not just there's loads of different species of things that we've seen before are stuck in those little. I would say traps.
Yeah.
Cells.
Yeah.
It's like what Will said when he watched it, that alien in the Morty Menagerie bit, it did remind me of the Watchers from Marvel.
It very much used that sort of design with like
Yeah.
a big head sort of thing.
And the white, and
But I mean, I guess taking a bit of a different role here.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was more like the collector
it
sort
was
of
more
thing.
like the collector, yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, well, 308, I'd say compare 308 to 307. It's a bit unfortunate because 308, the Mind Blowers had a lot of good points in it.
Yeah.
But I think, unfortunately, it came across one of the best episodes of the entire series. So it's always tough when you
No, I think both of them are like some of my favourites.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing with 308 is it had a lot of stuff that did actually advance the plot quite a lot.
Yeah.
It was just really subtle. Like, we now know that they've jumped dimensions again.
Yeah.
I mean, for a dumb throwaway joke reason, but they have done it one more time.
Yeah.
you don't mess with squirrels.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did
But
like that joke.
that makes me wonder, like, is the Federation still in pieces in that new universe, or what's happened there?
Yeah. 'Cause it depends.
Well, there was
if that was pre or post.
an idea brought about
Exactly.
from
Sure.
308 when they went jumping dimension.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of 307, they're asking, he's like, oh, you're this Rick.
Yeah.
Because they're thinking that perhaps because they jumped dimension again,
Oh yeah.
they're thinking, oh, you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
We're thinking you're a different Rick altogether, because obviously he's jumped at least twice.
Yeah. So
Perhaps
he's
more.
in a different universe to what they think he should be in.
Yeah, so that could have been a reference back to what happened in that one.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of it that way. Actually, that could work.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking we've never actually even seen C-137, the universe. If you think about it, the way it's all been played out with the evil Morty theories,
Yeah.
It used to be the original Morty. So that may be C-137 Morty. He's evil Morty.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's all
But like some of the
still up in the air.
some of the memories that were taken, because he said he'd been gone for 14 years.
Yeah.
But all the memories showed Morty at his 13th birthday. So as he's been eliminating a little bits here and there. So perhaps he has been there more often, but he's been taking memories from them to make them forget that he was there.
Possibly. That'd be weird.
You know what? That's actually quite a good idea.
Yeah.
I can totally see that coming out as like a bit of a revelation or something.
The fact that Rick didn't abandon them, he's always been there. He just had to remove their memories.
perhaps to keep him safe as well.
Yeah.
That's a mind blower right there.
Yeah.
I would say I haven't thought about that right. I saw it one of the online articles, so I'm not claiming any of the ideas by mine. It's like there's so many things on Reddit and other sources. It's difficult to...
the community always goes nuts every week.
Yeah.
There's always theories flying around.
There was also the Mr. Poopy Butthole.
We got a return
proposing to Morty,
which was quite cool.
And he's got that scrub from his memory. Oh, and we can't take anything for granite.
Oh yeah.
That was a great
I
joke.
just love those little throwaway ones. It was just good character building.
I think my favourite was honestly that weird the alien race that has to be killed by a warrior.
Oh yeah.
And Morty sort of put him into an existential crisis, and he's like, proof. Oh, we need proof. And he just runs out and dies. It's like it's totally real.
Oh god, it hurts. Oh, I blame you. I blame you.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there was proof all along. I was like, oh god.
How is that not proof?
Oh dear. We must because what I was going to say in the last episode of the season is mentioned that Rick's going to be fighting or confronting the president.
Yeah.
So you said previously that we thought it'd be Keith David who coming back to do the US president thing again.
Yeah.
But evidently it's going to be Eva Morty, isn't it?
It's going to be
that showdown.
Yeah, it's going to be that president.
I suppose that could have been like a little hint before we got to Eva Morty, the first hint overall, because probably it was reasonable to think, oh, it'll be Keith David because he is the US, the president.
Yeah.
In this world, you think, oh, that makes more sense, and it's like, oh,
yeah, no, it's going to be the evil Morty president.
I mean, if it actually is Keith David, people are probably probably disappointed now.
Probably,
even though he's a fun character.
He's a funny character and he's a good actor. But
they've set too much up with the evil Morty. It has to be.
If they make us wait a whole other season before the payoff of this storyline, it's gonna.
Because it was 2 seasons between Eva Morty, like season 1, no appearance season 2.
Yeah, but I feel like we still had the galactic government to sort of fill in the void of, a worthy adversary for Rick. Like, not that we need an overarching storyline in this show. It's still great on its own, but
I
like it. Though.
Yeah, a lot of people do appreciate some consistency with continuity and stuff.
I don't think he would actually defeat Eva Morty in one straight go, because it seems like she's just a good, interesting character, and there were like a initial confrontation.
Yeah.
And they might leave that till next season, whenever that comes out, 18 months, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, whatever.
Whenever he thinks of whatever sauce he wants to get back from whatever restaurant next.
Yeah. Oh, they mentioned I was saying that the end of the episode when Summer is saying, "Oh, no wonder you're fighting."
Yeah.
That's like a reference to them taking
ages.
That's why
it always takes so long.
Yeah.
That's why
I really like the little meta jab at them.
Well, that's what we really like in Morty's Mind Blowers, when Rick just looks at the camera and goes, "This is what we're doing instead of interdimensional cable."
Yeah, it's like, oh no, we're not doing that. Oh,
just the fourth wall break. Just deal with it.
I suppose it's just
it's fun though. I like the fact that they always do have something going on in the background that just sort of make it give it a deeper meaning for an episode. With the interdimensional cable ones, we had the Beth and Jerry storyline first time around.
Yeah.
Second time around, we didn't really have that much. An emotional investment with Jerry in the hospital.
Yeah. Oh, I did like the whole Jerry giving up his penis joke, though.
It was funny. It was really funny, but it wasn't exactly...
Yeah.
It didn't really tug the heartstrings. No. It was just funny.
Like silly Jerry.
Oh my god. The Jerry scene right at the end of the newest episode.
It's just E.T.
It is just E.T. But it's such a Jerry thing to do.
Yeah. Well, it's just when he's laid there in his bed watching some sort of TV on his phone, eating popcorn that's spilt onto the bed.
So useless, Jerry. And they open the door. Ugh. I'll take your stuff.
I want to see more of Beth and Summer and Jerry again, though.
Yeah. Well, that's why I've really liked these last 2 episodes, because you said my biggest problem with this series so far was what I said, about a lot of it being out of character, a lot of it, not seeming quite right, and the whole Beth and Jerry thing, the divorce just coming out of nowhere, where they had literal entire episodes in season 1 and season 2 dedicated to the fact that they were perfect for each other.
Yeah, it seems almost like personal circumstance that has made him decide he wants to get rid of that.
But in these last 2 episodes, it's all been good character stuff. and I've really enjoyed it.
Even like the summer part where she's like, she knows all about the mind blowers.
Yeah, I
and
really
she's the one who
that.
basically is like, oh, like sort you out now.
Yeah. Is this a code 3? Oh wait, no, this is a code 4.
We've definitely just sort of seen Summer and Morty sort of grow up to be a lot more used to Rick's antics now.
Yeah.
You know, like
I just love the whole I'm not paid enough for this shit joke when he's doing it, when she's putting on the characters. Like, wait, so does that mean Rick pays you for this?
One of the other good ones I thought was, when he was like the magnet.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh,
and he just was he typing for Jessica, or is it a redheads?
I think Morty must just typed in redheads.
Yeah, because it was like
because you don't actually see Jessica.
Yeah. It's all random redheads.
That's a thought. With Morty and that switching Rick and Morty jumping universes again, I wonder if there's going to be a different Jessica in this.
Well, yeah, we'll be technically.
We've had a lot of mentions of her and not really seen her in a while,
But
so I feel like they might be building up to something here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mentioned like one of the aliens were torture / pleasuring.
Yeah.
Was oh, you trying to kill Jessica?
I think he was trying to kill the entire human race, but Morty was just fixated on the fact that included Jessica.
Yeah.
Possibly. I feel like mentioning it this much, and it's not really been that heavy of a plot thread this season. Like, we've seen it a little bit in the in the Ricklaxation episode.
Ricklaxation, yeah.
But since then, we haven't seen much of her at all. But I suppose if you have so many characters like the Summer, Beth, Jess, and Jerry all coming into it, you have less time with obviously Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
So
who does the voice for Jessica?
I will look it up now.
Because I know Sarah Clark does Beth. Because I know big Scrubs fan, so it's like instantly recognise the voice.
Yeah, I love Scrubs as well.
Yeah. Because I know obviously is it Justin Roiland does Rick and Morty, or is it?
Yeah, Justin Roiland does
it's both.
Like 90% of the cast.
Because Dan Harmon has I've heard him do impressions of them, and they're pretty close.
Yeah, but it's not quite on Justin Roiland's level.
So I would say this because the next one's about Beth. Is it the ABCs of Beth?
I don't know. I've not seen the trailer for it.
I haven't seen a trailer, but that's the title, ABCs of Beth. So most it's finding more about her, because obviously there was that thing with the Simple Rick where he had his memories of celebrating a birthday with Beth. So obviously there are some Ricks who didn't just abandon family or go away as much.
I did like that Simple Rick thing.
It was like
there is a Rick that decided against international travel and that, and just focused on carpentry and what's right. And I'd like to see more of that universe of like before Simple Rick was captured, like what he was like.
And it's like they want taste the enjoy the taste of shattering the grand delusion of getting free. And I was like
Yeah, I liked that joke when they killed him at the end.
This was all parallel, and I was like, oh no, they gave him like the portal gun.
Yeah.
And he chucked him, like, the blended dimension. That's like the oldest trick in the book.
I'm more Rick than any of you.
So it's a voice actress called Carrie Walgreen, and she's been in pretty much everything animated.
But maybe there's been
Avengers, DuckTales, Fairly Odd Parents, that new Lion King TV show. Yeah.
It's the Lion King TV show?
It's called The Lion Guard. I hate it.
But maybe they just haven't been able to get her in to do Jessica that much.
It's possible. It's totally possible. Voice actors' schedules.
Yeah, because it's not actually like a main character.
Yeah.
So obviously, if the person who plays Jerry and they're like Beth and Summer, they're not like the main cast, but like they're like B. Well, Jess is like C/D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're recurring, but they're not really. Massively important.
Maybe they're running out of budget or something, and they're just like, okay, Justin Roiland, you're doing all the voices this episode, every single one.
You spend too much on vodka.
I don't think Rick and Morty's going to run out of budget. Rick and Morty's huge.
It's huge, but come on, like if they're doing extra episodes this season, it's still unconfirmed. But
I don't think
it's wholly possible that they might want to cut back on the cast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much they can. Obviously, I don't really know anything about budgets. It's not like an $8 million budget per episode, like a Game of Thrones or whatever. Yeah, because obviously no animators. It takes a long time for them to actually handle everything. But
it's like, it reminds me of something. When Dan Harmon was at a conference type thing, and so asked, what's going on with season 3, and he started singing, and like he had like a little voice modulator and stuff with him, and he was just singing. They're drawing it, and then he started like rapping as, first I write it, then they draw it. It was just him singing about them, being like, they're drawing it.
I mean, it would be nice to get the next, like, the season's over, the next one in 2018.
Yeah.
But I mean, when was the first? The first one must have been.
First season was 2014, I think.
Oh really?
That early?
Yeah, it's.
Oof.
I don't know. It's unlikely that we're gonna get it quickly.
I didn't actually watch Rick and Morty until both season 1 and 2 were out. Like I binged all of them.
I think I jumped in about 2 episodes before season 2 ended.
Yeah.
Oh, so you had the long wait then.
I've had a very long wait.
Yeah.
Why do you think I've been anticipating season 3 for so much?
Well,
it's just.
I mean, it's a bit of a wait, but as a person who reads Game of Thrones books, I understand patience.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were we expecting next week then from the ABCs of Beth? Like, not looking at any trailers or anything.
Well,
just from a title alone.
From the title alone, it's reminding me of the ABCs of Death, which, if you know what that is...
I know of it, I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, the ABCs of Death is this really weird, but quite interesting thing where they get a different director in for each letter of the alphabet and do, like, a weird, freaky death for each of them. And it's meant to get gradually worse the closer to Z you get. And some of them are just weird. Like there's one called The ABCs of Death, Tears for Toilet, and it's a weird claymation thing that is just gory as hell. And there's one where like a woman basically throws up so much she makes herself like go inside out.
Yeah. So perhaps we might see a lot of mini stories about Beth then, perhaps. Because I think some people are hoping for perhaps like a little bit of backstory in the times before Rick.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that, but I'm also thinking, from the way you described it, is it possible we're about to get our first Rick and Morty guest animators?
Possibly.
Because that could be really cool.
Yeah.
If we just had a massive collaborative episode.
It's just Rick and Morty in a load of different animations, like South Park style.
Like South Park, Simpsons, Gravity Falls, just anyone that's really close to Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Or Dan Harmon.
Apparently there's been a BoJack Horseman reference in there somewhere.
I've not spotted this.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not a massive BoJack Horseman fan.
I've not seen anything of it, so I don't know what.
I've only seen a couple episodes here and there. I like it. I think it's a really well-written show, but I've not seen enough to, judge it as a whole.
That's the problem. There's so many references in Mind Blowers and the Ricklantis Mixup that it's almost difficult to actually find every single one. Obviously, there's people who probably would go through every single minute and find everything. So I can notice the Get Schwifty was on one there. Some graffiti in that one.
Oh yeah, I spotted that.
So, but it's like a lot of stuff. I was like, some of the cultural references you get because they're just so broad. Like, say, I mentioned the presidential stuff, but little tiny things. It's just so much. I mean, the turtle apparently mentioned about the Paul McCartney conspiracy that he might have been replaced.
Yeah.
But he speaks so fast. You probably have to rewatch it.
There are a million channels on YouTube that do this sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just difficult to pick up all these little bits and pieces that pop up.
It really is like a work of art for how much they managed to put into this show, like all the time and the collaboration together.
It's weird that it's the episodes aren't that long, but they're just cram-packed with references and things. Just
references, subtle jokes.
Every time you watch it, you'll probably notice something different about the episode every time you rewatch one.
It's just so good.
But that is something that this is based on. Back to the Future.
Also did very well.
Yeah, that's something that is an inherent part of Back to the Future. Like every time you watch Back to the Future, you'll probably notice something else.
I didn't honestly notice the Lone Trees Twin Pines thing till about my third watch of it.
I love that. It's
like 10-year-old me, that blew my mind.
The mall at the start is called the Twin Pines Mall, and then Marty goes back in time, knocks over a tree as he goes back in time and drives off. When he goes back to the future, the mall is now called the Lone Pine Mall. It's just little details like that, and you just Back to the Future is one of my all-time favourite films.
Agreed.
But I was thinking there's not too much like time travel aspects of Rick and Morty. They've
gone on record to say that they just don't want time travel in there because it just complicates shows too much. There's always an easy way out of time travel.
That's why people also is this Morty we've got? Is he evil Morty? Because they would have to do some sort of time travel for him to be, for him to go backwards to be that on. They have to be the same age and they're all the same age.
There's literally like a time travel box on the shelf.
Yeah. In
the garage in the background. So like they're literally saying it's on the shelf. We're not doing it.
Well, he's also got like a suicide helmet on his desk as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. It's a real life one with all the shotgun shells, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah, it's kind of. But there's a few episodes where Rick's been in a pretty bad place.
Yeah, like the Unity one, and we see quite a lot of sort of emotional trauma behind it.
And Pickle Rick, that was quite.
That was really deep.
I didn't really enjoy the episode all that much, but you can see that was Rick in a weird place.
Yeah,
He was so in his own head and concerned about himself that he turned himself into a pickle rather than going into therapy.
I did really love the speech between him and the therapist at the end.
Oh yeah,
where he was just tearing her apart. I mean, we've already discussed this.
Yeah.
I was thinking, how do you think? Obviously, when next time we come round, we'll probably see the evil Morty squaring up against our Rick or the Morty. But I'm kind of half expecting to be almost like anticlimactic because even though because you had the police officer, Morty was like almost really experienced, was still put down by his partner Rick.
Yeah.
So I think no matter how almost good, how good at being bad evil Morty is, he still probably can't compete with a Rick.
Possibly. Or, I don't know, because Evil Morty built his own cyborg Rick. You have to remember that.
He's not dumb. He's not dumb at all. And we can sort of see our Morty heading down this path at the minute.
And he had the whole sphere of Mortys around his base.
He literally has no compassion. But whatever happens, we know it's ending on a cliffhanger.
Oh, without a doubt.
There's no way it's going to be any other resolution here.
Well, he's got to find a good way to end or continue this evil Morty story out of the Citadel, or the Citadel perhaps at war with Rick or something like that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see the Citadel coming into this, but I think we're going to see the remainder of Federation sort of rise up again here as well.
Well, yeah, because I haven't seen Phoenix Person.
I think Phoenix Person's going to play a part in the evil Morty.
I think he may have had something to do with the Federation for a long time, but we don't know about. He might have had a hand in.
And I think that, because wasn't Phoenix Person sent out to kill Rick and Morty?
By the looks of it, yes.
Yeah.
But
it's just that's a very vague thing to send out him on. If he comes across the Citadel, he's probably just going on a murder spree, killing all the Ricks.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's revealed that Evil Morty was the one that set the Galactic Federation onto Rick's existence in their universe in the first place.
Because I was wondering about the Federation. There must be Federation across all varieties of Rick.
Yeah, there'll be a
but
Federation.
How many of them have been taken down?
Yeah.
Because
the reason the Citadel of Ricks exists is to hide from the Federation.
No, exactly, but I guess we'll just have to sort of wait and see where they take it.
Yeah.
I think the worst case scenario for this finale is if we see the Federation gain that interdimensional travel finally.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a really interesting next season if that's what we end on.
I did love the opening episode. The April Fool's episode they did.
April Fools.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a top. Well, I'd say in the top. It was my second favourite after the Ricklantis one.
Yeah, the third for me, but still.
If I can be honest, I'm still not sure this is for real season 3. I'm still thinking this is one long, elaborate April Fool's joke. And it's going to end, and it's going to be like, it's just going to end on April Fool's. It's, we got you.
I mean,
here's the real one, it's just nothing like it.
I mean, it's terrible.
It's a really slow April Fool's joke.
I would not be surprised.
Dan Harmon.
Like, that is definitely something that he'd do.
Yeah. I mean, do you watch Community?
Yeah, I've seen Community to death. It's great.
I like the fact he explained away the season where he wasn't there of the year of the gas leak.
Right. Anyway,
I think that's
pretty much covered everything this week.
Yeah. So I think we'll just do a bit of almost programming chats. So say we're starting up next week. We'll be starting a recap and review of the new Star Trek show.
STD.
Oh, bloody hell.
They really didn't think through the name.
They did not think that through.
Oh dear, Star Trek.
I think the acronym they're giving it now is DSC, though.
I don't know why we don't just call it the ST disc.
Oh, just
STD, like Voyager was.
Just roll.
Just make it yours. Own it. Own the fact it's called STD.
You've done it now. You've done it. Yeah, so we're having a recap review starting next week. So we're having our friend Jacob over here will be joining us. We're also having Callum, who will be making his debut on this channel.
Yeah.
So get ready for that. And we'll be starting. There's plenty of other shows coming as well. We've got Mr. Robot, Vikings, Walking Dead, and we might have to go out to the DC show, see what they're like.
Probably gonna be doing a movie recap one on your channel at some point.
Some movie chat there because obviously it's Blade Runner and the new Star Wars comes out.
Yeah.
So probably do a little talk.
Thor Ragnarok's out in a couple months.
So the movies won't be all the time, but it's like, when there's some big ones come out.
Blade Runner's on the 6th, right?
Yeah, it's not too long. It's about 2-3 weeks now.
Yeah.
That's surprisingly close with not that much buzz around it.
No.
For Blade Runner 2, it's been 30...
Blade Runner 2048.
Okay, well, it's been like 30 years in the making though, and it's still not really.
Yeah, we watched when we watched it all together. We watched it early this year, and it was on the same day. So what day were you born? And it was February 2017, and we watched it like exactly the same day.
Oh yeah, we showed it when we showed it at Sci-Fi.
I got super meta.
That was fantastic. So
that wasn't even planned. It was just great.
Yeah, just coincidence. So that's some of the plans we've got coming up. So if you're interested in those sort of things, please stick around and subscribe and give a like. And also have a look over at Jacob's and Will's other channel, which is Nerds the Verse.
Yeah.
You should see it on the channel as well. So all the links are all there. So make sure to keep Schwifty and get your head up and your ass down and shit on the floor.
Don't actually shit on the floor.
Yeah, we're not endorsing. We're not endorsing this.
Not endorsing it, but that this was.
You're your own person.
Yeah, you do. Just do you, or don't do you. Whatever. This is Rick and Morty. Don't give a fuck.
Adios.
Adios.